the demands and responsibilities of a U.S. president are not ones that you can treat casually. And that in a big, complex, diverse country, the only way that you can be successful is by listening and reaching out and working with a wide variety of people. And so it is my hope that that is what will happen, and I'm going to do everything I can over the next 2 months to help assure that that happens. It is absolutely true that Chancellor Merkel is going to have significant responsibilities, has had extraordinary burdens that she's had to carry. If she chooses to continue, you're right, she will have big burdens. I wish I could be there to lighten her load somewhat, but she's tough. And I I know what it means to carry burdens, because the fact of the matter is that if there are problems around the world, the first question people ask is, why isn't Washington doing something about it? This is why it's so important not to discount or take for granted the importance of the transatlantic alliance. And this is probably the best place for me to end. In international fora, in G20s, in G7s, in the United Nations, the United States and Germany are not always perfectly aligned. America and Europe are not always perfectly aligned. But the voice that speaks out on behalf of some dissident who is jailed halfway around the world, the voice who is expressing concern about some child in an African village who doesn't have clean drinking water or is subject to some terrible disease, the voice that insists on rules and norms governing international affairs, the voice that helps to steer the world away from war wherever possible. That's our voice, more often than not. And we're not always successful. But if that voice is absent, or if that voice is divided, we will be living in a meaner, harsher, more troubled world. And we have to remember that. And whoever is the U.S. president, whoever is the Chancellor of Germany, and whoever is the leader of other European nations and other democracies around the world, they need to recognize that. There are going to be forces that argue for cynicism, for looking the other way with somebody else's problems, that are not going to champion people who are vulnerable, because sometimes that's politically convenient. And if we don't have a strong transatlantic alliance that's standing up for those things, we will be giving to our children a worse world. We will go backwards instead of forwards. So whoever the U.S. president is, whoever the Chancellor of Germany is, we need to remember that, and our citizenry, who decide who our presidents and chancellors are, need to remember that.